Hey, I appreciate everybody's patience as we set up this audio-visual stuff for you. However, we promised transparency from the beginning of the year, and here we are again today, giving you guys an overview of an officer-involved shooting less than, about 11 hours later, what we know at this point. My name is Major Richard Riddle. I'm assigned to the IMPD Chief's Office. Today, I'm going to introduce Assistant Chief Randall Taylor. He is the Assistant Chief of our Investigations Division, and he is going to give you our briefing of our officer-involved shooting. If you guys remember, he was the highest ranking officer that responded within 1 hour of today's shooting, and he gave you guys the original briefing this morning. And to ensure continuity and transparency, Chief Taylor is going to give you an overview of our investigation up to this point. So without further ado, Chief Taylor.
First and foremost, this is a tragic incident involving a homeowner attempting to protect his family and IMPD officers trying to do the same thing. Of course, our thoughts and prayers are certainly with the homeowner and the family that was mistakenly shot by our officer, and we wish him a quick recovery. The purpose today is to give an update on our investigation into this incident and provide a timeline of events as we know them at this point. At 4:34 a.m., a call was placed to 911 from a male homeowner to report a robbery. The 911 caller stated his wife was assaulted by a black male in a red shirt armed with a rifle. Caller then states the suspect tried to rob his wife with the rifle. Caller believes the suspect stole their black Nissan Sentra. The nearly 4-minute call ends with the caller saying, "Is that him?" Dispatchers attempted to make a call back to the original phone number with no answer. At 4:35 a.m., 2 East District late shift officers were dispatched to a robbery of a person in the 3600 block of Foxtail Drive. Dispatcher gives officers a description of a suspect as a black male, red shirt with a long gun, and driving a black Nissan Sentra. Dispatch advises officers that there is only one way out from this location and unknown where he will go from there. Dispatch updates officers that complainant shouted into the phone, "Is that him?" and the line disconnected. Dispatch updates officers that a call back to the complainant went to voicemail. Officers request more information just prior to arrival, but are told by dispatch that they could not get back in touch with the caller. First officer arrives and radios into communications center that a black car with the lights on is backed into the driveway. First officer requests that radio traffic is silent as he arrives and begins to notify communications center that the black Nissan is in the drive and begins to run the license plate of that vehicle. Before the officer could finish relaying the license plate information to communications center, the officers broadcast "shots fired." Officers immediately notify communications of a police action shooting and request medics ASAP. Homeowner was shot by our officer one time in the stomach area. Suspect in the original robbery was not captured and is still on the loose. Again, we want to reiterate that this was a tragic event with a number of circumstances that collided all at once. Officers' training and considerations are that they approached quietly with no lights or sirens and tactically with their weapons out due to believed armed suspect. They made observations based on information known at that time. Time of day, being early morning hours and the low-level lighting, caused vision to be limited. Officers involved forced to make a split-second decision based on the information and the totality of the circumstances known at that time. The officer involved is a 9-year veteran of the East District late shift. Again, this was tragic and unforeseen. I don't know of any officer that goes out wanting to get into a shootout with anyone, but especially not, in this case, a homeowner. As the Major said earlier, we've promised to be transparent, and we'll continue to do that. with this investigation by releasing the audio tapes from dispatch, which you will have.